Good morning. Put it right side. Right side.
Okay. Hi students. Good morning, all of you. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello students, can you hear me? Okay. Okay students, before going to start our new lesson, new content, we want to revise yesterday portion a little bit, right? So we can recap. So how many topics we discussed already? First of all, matters, right? Their classification, element-wise classification, and then we already discussed through SI units. SI units, how we can express SI units, table-wise representation, you already know. And then major one, okay, major ones I am pointing out here, significant figures, okay. Then scientific notation, okay. Then we already discussed volume, temperature, mass, temperature, mass, density, okay. Volume, temperature, mass, and density related relationship, how they are related to each other, like that. And then rounding off. It was our last topic, rounding off. Okay, rounding off figures. Okay, significant figures. These are our last day topic. Okay, I think now you already revised everything, right? Hope you are understood everything. Am I right, students? Give me a response from your side. Last day portions. Admin, sir.
Admit that. You open the video.
You?
Check.
This one? This one?
Check. You can leave the check.
Yeah. Okay, students, let us start. Revise these things, following things once again. Okay. Okay. Any confusion or anything, you can communicate through messages, texts. Okay. Because your voice is not audible to me properly. That's why. You can message me. You can text me if you have any doubt. Also, you can respond me through your chats. Okay. Okay, students, let us start. Today, I am going to explain the following. Today's major, Dalton's law. Okay, Dalton's law. Students, this portion is visible to you? Hello? This much is visible to you? Okay. Okay, no issue. Okay, Santosh. Thank you. Dalton's law. Then, why is atomic mass unit, AMU? What do you mean by AMU, atomic mass unit? It is converted into, another name is there, okay. Unified mass. Unified mass, okay. Unified mass is there. AMU, atomic mass unit, okay. Then what do you mean by atom? Okay, what do you mean by atom? Molecule. You already familiar everything, but you want to revise once again, right? That much only. So atom, molecule. Then another one, students, that is new to you, I think. Okay, that is GAM, gram atomic mass. Okay, and then GMM, gram molecular mass. Then other terms, GAM. Then next one is mole, concept of mole concept. Okay, we can say that mole concept. Mole concept is there. And then GAM, GMM, atoms, molecule means what? AMU, Dalton's law, mole concept is there. After mole concept, mole concept is a wide, right? And then you want to find out concentration means concentration of a substance, concentration of a substance, it can be finding out with the help of different terms are there. First one is molarity. Okay, it is represented by capital letter M. Concentration can be expressed by different units. These are the units. The following are expressing the units of molarity. Second one, molality. Molality is there. It is expressed in the small letter molality. Okay, and then mole fraction is there. Mole fraction. Okay, these are mole fraction is expressed by like this. This is a extreme chi. We can say like that chi. So molarity, molality, small m, mole fraction. These are the major topic we want to discuss, right? So at last, okay, one more. Empirical formula, EFM, very important. EFM is there. Empirical formula, molecular formula, MFM, molecular formula, mass. EFM means what? Empirical formula, mass, and then molecular formula, mass, this kind of terms. And then at last we want to solve any limited number of problems we can solve related to how much we covered, that much. So the last one is problem solving. Okay, this much only about my today's outlook. Okay, so this much we want to discuss one by one. Clear? Okay, students, let us start. First one is Dalton's law. Dalton's law. Excuse me, students. Sorry? No ink. Okay, students, Dalton's law. Do you know any idea about Dalton's? Dalton's theory is one of the famous now. He is pointing out lot of terms that also very important, right? Thanks. So Dalton's law. So most of the point of view of Dalton is related to atoms. Okay, the smallest unit. Okay, in any matter, if we consider any matter, the smallest unit, that is called atom. Okay, atom is indivisible. Okay, also another point, atom we cannot destroy, also we cannot make it up, right? So neither be created nor be destroyed. These are the major point of view of Dalton's theory. Okay, atoms can neither be created nor be destroyed. It is indivisible. It is the smallest unit in a matter, that is called atom. Okay, so these are the major point of view of Dalton's law. Indivisible, neither can create nor be destroyed. Then atoms of different elements are different. Atoms of different elements are different. You know, atoms are different. Suppose, for example, look here. Nitrogen is an element. Okay, so atom of nitrogen is this is the element. Okay, this element contain, this is an element, nitrogen. It's containing numerous atoms. Okay, all the atoms present in the same elements are similar, but it is different from carbon. Carbon is the element, another element. Is containing number of atoms are present in it. So this is different from nitrogen, not similar, right? So these are the major difference between nitrogen and the carbon. In case of nitrogen, all the atoms are similar, but it is entirely different from carbon. This is the major difference. Okay, so it is not look like of carbon. Also, see, it is different. Oxygen is an element. Oxygen contains different atoms. These are different from nitrogen and carbon, entirely different. But this atom is somewhat look like these atoms. Property wise, nature wise, structure wise, everything is similar. But if we compare another atom of another element, it is different. Okay, keep this in mind. These are the major point of view of Dalton's law. Clear? Okay. Okay, students, next one we want to discuss. Okay. Atom. What do you mean by atom, students? Atom means it is the smallest unit of an element. Okay, it is the smallest unit of element. Suppose we already discussed carbon is the element. Okay, is containing carbon containing smallest small unit. These one of the units are called atom. Okay, atom is the smallest unit of element. Okay, but what do you mean by molecule? Molecule is the smallest unit of a substance, of a matter. We can say that, of a substance. Suppose H2O is there, water. It means for 1 liter water is there we have. So water containing small water molecule means 1 liter. So suppose this is a beaker. This beaker containing 1 liter of water itself. So this 1 liter containing H2O. Lot of H2O molecules we have. So what do you mean by H2O? H2O. So what do you mean by molecule? Molecule means it is the smallest unit of a compound. Water, this much is a compound. It's containing small individual unit. But atom means so smallest of an element. Okay, smallest of an element. That is called a major difference between atom and molecules. Then, since some units are represented, you need to represent for atom. That is called atomic mass unit. Mass of an atom, no? So how we can say 1/12 mass of one carbon atom. That is called AMU, atomic mass unit. Atomic mass unit is a term. Now this atomic mass unit is converted. Now it is known as unified mass. Unified. mass. This is a new name, okay, of atomic mass unit, unified mass. Okay, it's expressed now in the form of unified mass. Before it is expressed as AMU. Okay, so what do you mean by 1/12th mass of one carbon atom? Look, students, suppose what about the atomic mass? Okay, before going to discussing this one, you want to familiar some atomic masses. I think you are familiar with the carbon is 12 gram, hydrogen is 1 gram, oxygen is 16 gram, nitrogen is 14 gram, then chlorine is 35.5 gram. So you want to familiarize the atomic mass, okay, not atomic number, atomic mass. I think you are in your lower classes, you are familiar with the atomic mass. Am I right? Atomic mass, do you know? Students, tell me. Atomic mass. Okay, I think you know. Okay, so anyway, atomic mass is no. So you want to keep some carbon. Carbon is 12. Okay, carbon is 12. So you want to keep the atomic mass in your mind. So what happened? What do you mean by atomic mass unit? Students, suppose I am giving an example. You know, you are familiar with the balance, you know. So in balance, one pan is there, two pans are there. Okay, here one pan, we know the sample mass, means suppose we are measuring a 2 kilogram of apple, right? So you know the balance. Okay, so here non amount of means units are adding, means 1 kilogram. So there are 1 kilograms units are seen here. So 1 kilo, 1 kilo. So 1 plus 2 gram. So we are add apple here. We want to add apple here. We want to add apple here. So okay. So according, this is the unit we already known. This is non-unit. This is unknown. So based upon this unit, we are adding more and more apples, right? So as a result, what happened? As a some particular time, the both masses are become equal. The needle is also in equally like this, not like this. Okay. Before that, it is like this. So after we adding equal amount of apple to it, it become equalized, right? So it's become like this. The same setup. This is the unit, students. This is the major. We already known the mass. Okay, we is already known. So this 2 kilogram. So anyway, the same setup, we want to add atomic mass unit. We want to mass unit means unit wise. So how you will? I will tell. Suppose in the same balance, instead of apple in chemistry, we can add some. We want to measure oxygens. Okay, some amount of oxygen we want to measure. Okay, oxygen molecule is here in chemistry. So what happened? Suppose 1/12th mass of carbon is equal to AMU. Actually, what is the meaning? I will tell. Suppose carbon is here. Carbon is 12 atomic number. So we can suppose imagine students 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Look, students, suppose, imagine this is the carbon 12, entire mass. Carbon 12 means 12 is the molecular mass. Okay, molecular mass. Okay, carbon. So what happened? The 12 gram of mass, what can I do? I can divide it into 12 portions. Okay, I can divide it into 12 portions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 equal portions I have. So now consider shaded portion now. Look, students, this one is the shaded portion. So actually, what do you mean by shaded portion is total ratio 1/12. Na? This 1. This shaded portion is equal to 1/12. If I'm shaded 2 portion, it means what? 2/12. No doubt. Okay. So this is called. So this is a unit. This one is a unit, 1 unit. This is another unit. So here 12 units are there. So according to AMU, what happened? means AMU is equal to 1 by 12th mass of carbon atom. In earlier days, we don't know which one is the unit. So they are putting 1 by 12th here. 1 by 12th 1 by 12th mass of carbon atom here put here. So they already know the mass. Okay, they already know the mass. So very easy for the calculation. They are putting in one side of the balance and then adding oxygen molecule here. More. So then it will equal. Then it will equal with the 1 by 12th carbon of atom. That is equivalent to this AMU. We can express like this. Okay, the unit is equivalent to AMU. Clear? This is the method they are finding out AMU in our earlier times. Okay. So that is called AMU, atomic mass unit. What is the full form of AMU? Atomic AMU is atomic mass unit. This is the full form of AMU, atomic mass unit. Clear, students? Okay, then you want to keep this mind. 1 AMU is equal to 1.6255 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. Minus 24 gram. 6025. Sorry, 6025. Sorry, 1.6025. Keep this mind. 1 AMU is equal to 1.60. So why ma'am is mentioning this one? Because it is applicable when you are solving numericals. Okay, you want to convert it into 1 AMU. Look now, students. Suppose X AMU they are providing in your question. So they are telling it is converted into gram. So unit conversion is there, na? So 1 AMU is equal to gram. It's very easy for the calculation. So 1 AMU is equal to 1.6025 and 10 to the power minus 24 gram. So during your calculation, what you want to do? You can convert 1 AMU into gram. So easy, na? Like this. Okay. So keep everything in memory. We want to use AMU, atom and molecules also. You are familiar now. Okay. Now GAM. Very easy. Okay. I am giving you a task, students. What do you want to do? Suppose carbon, you know carbon. Carbon atomic mass is equal to 12. You are familiar. Then tell me, what about the atomic mass of sulfur? Any idea? Atomic mass of sulfur. Students, message me. Anybody? Atomic mass of sulfur. Atomic mass of sulfur. Do you know atomic mass of sulfur? Or atomic mass of sulfur, 32. Okay, atomic mass of sulfur is 32. Do you know chlorine atomic mass, students? Chlorine, atomic mass of chlorine. Any idea? Chlorine atomic mass, 35.5. No issue, don't worry. So keep this mind. Okay. So this is atomic mass. We can say it is AM. 12 is the atomic mass of carbon. So when suppose 12 gram is there, na? So what do you mean by GAM? Means atomic mass is expressed in gram. Very good, Santosh. 35.5. Okay, very good. So atomic mass in gram is called what? GAM. Clear? Keep this mind. You want to put a gram symbol. Enough. Gram atomic mass is done, right? So no confusion. But in atomic level, this is in the atomic mass, it is atomic level, not in molecular level. That is another. We want to find out. Okay. So 12 gram GAM. I will give you another task. Tell me it in atomic mass gram GAM. Okay, you want to find out. Okay. For example, oxygen. Atomic mass, gram atomic mass of oxygen. Tell me, students, gram atomic mass of oxygen. Gram atomic mass of oxygen. Yes. Not GMU, students, not GMUs. Oxygen is atomic mass. So you want to explain 1, 16, GAM, not GMU. Okay, correct that. Shao, you want to correct that. Your result is 16 GMU. It's not like that. GAM. GAM means atomic mass. Okay, GAM. So 16 gram. Okay, GAM. 16 means 16 gram. Okay, yes enough. And the next one, I'm going to. Next one is GAM is over, students. Very easy, na? So next one is GMM. GMM. In the with the help of this heading, what did you understood? Gram molecular mass. Okay? Gram molecular mass. Gram molecular mass. For example, you want to find out H2O in a water, it's gram molecular mass right now. Find out. Any idea? Gram molecular mass. I will help you in the case of O2 molecule. This is oxygen molecule, na? So students, what is oxygen molecule? Molecular mass, na? Molecular mass. How much? Okay, no need of any confusion. We can convert it into a molecular form. H2O is a molecule. Why? H2O is a molecule. Find it out. Its molecular mass. Find out first. How you will find out? Individually, you want to find out the atomic mass. Then sum of atomic mass equal to molecular mass. Very good. 18. Why? How it happened? Look now, students. 2 into 1 is the 1 molecular means atomic mass of hydrogen. So how many atoms is here? 2 atom now. So 2 into 1 plus 1 oxygen is equal to 16. 16 into how many oxygen atom is here? 1. So total 2 plus 16, that is equal to 18 GMM. Okay, sorry, GMM of oxygen is, okay, it is expressed in gram, that is equal to, this is molecular mass of water, it is expressed in gram, is called GMM. Clear, students? Is it clear? Santosh, clear? Okay. Now I'm going to next one. So GAM and GMM is also over. Next one is one of the famous one, that is mole concept. Mole concept. Students, listen what I'm telling, right? For example, this is a small bucket, means small bowl, okay? And then this is a space, okay? This is a heap of salt, or heap of something. What do you want to do? Heap of sand heap. This is bowl containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So mole concept. Okay, students, our topic is mole concept, right? So look here. This is a bowl. It is a heap of sand. Okay. So which one is countable? Which one? A or B? Students, text me. A or B? Which one is countable? More countable? Yeah, correct. Of course. Okay. How many? 2 apples. Suppose apple is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 apples I have in the bowl. 5 apples. But what about the condition of sand? Is it possible to count? Is it possible to count? Sand, it can possible. Is it possible? You can count? No. Why? It is a numerous quantities there. You cannot count. So this is countable. It cannot count. But in chemistry, we want to find out a substance, amount of substance, how much amount of substance are present in the given sample. We want to find out. So scientists have a lot of explanation for the topic, and then study. After the study, they find out how to finding out a number of quantity. Okay, how we can study like that. Okay, suppose, students, listen me. Suppose, keep this mind. One, okay. Are you familiar with suppose imagine 0.022 into 10 raised to 23 numbers. Suppose this is a number. Okay. So look, students, 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 means how many zeros are remaining? How many zeros are there in this quantity? 6.022 is a number. This is a 10 to the power of multiple, na? So if we avoid that multiple, how many zeros are there? How many zeros are there remaining? Students, tell me, how many zeros? Lakshmi, this quantity means how many? Means this in the 10 to the power. So 23 zeros are there, na? 23, 23, 23, 23 zeros are there, right? Yeah, so 22 zeros are there, right? So anyway, this is the huge amount, students. It's very huge amount. So it's very difficult for finding out this much. It's not possible to count. So we are using this kind of multiples. Okay, 10 to the power 23 is very useful. Okay, it is called 1 mole. It is called a 1 mole. Okay, in chemical means most of the chemistry calculations are done with the help of this equation. That is, this is called Avogadro number. Avogadro's number. Avogadro is a scientist. He discovered this number for good calculation. Okay, so Avogadro number 6.02 into 10 to the power 23 is equal to 1 mole. Keep this in mind. 1 mole is equal to this much. Avogadro's number 6.0, this much zero. Okay, then suppose how we are this much you want to keep it in mind. Okay, we in our upcoming during the problem solving section we will solve a numerous questions. Okay, that time you will understand what you mean. So this much you want to memorize. So 1 mole is equal to this much. Suppose 1 mole is equal to this much also you want to find out. 1 mole is equal to 1 GMM. 1 gram molecular mass na is equal to 1 mole is equal to this much also GMM. These are the standard. Suppose for example, in the case of carbon, 1 mole of carbon containing how many 12 gram. Why 12 gram? It is a GMM now. So 1 mole of carbon containing 12 gram of substances present in it. Okay. Then how many number of moles present in it? Avogadro number of moles present in it. Are you getting my point? 1 mole equal to 12 grams. So why? Then which is also equal to Na means Avogadro number, students. This is very important. Okay, this table is very important. Why? 1 mole is equal to 1 GMM. That also is sorry, not GMM. Repetition. GAM. Okay, GMM in the sense of molecule sense. GAM in the sense of atom. 1 mole, not 2 mole. 2 moles are different. 2 GAM are different. 1 mole cases. 1 GMM is equivalent to 1 GMM, and also in the atomic level it is equivalent to 1 GM. That also equivalent to Avogadro number. Are you getting my point? I will help you. I will help you. What do you mean by these equations? Look, students, with the help of an example, it is very easy for you. Look now. In your question, find out 1 mole of hydrogen containing how many number of atoms. This is your question. Suppose how you will face this question, how you will face answer, how find out 1 mole of hydrogen containing how many number of atoms. Now with the help of this data you can easily 1 mole is equal to Avogadro number of atoms. Am I right? So which is equal to your answer is 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms. This is your answer. Why? 1 mole of hydrogen containing Avogadro number of atoms. Suppose this is one question. Then another question. Suppose they are asking 1 gram of hydrogen containing how many number of atoms? Same. Why? 1 gram means in the sense of hydrogen, 1 gram is the equivalent to its G hydrogen, atomic level GAM. Okay, 1 gram of hydrogen is equal to means gram molecule means atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. It is expressed in gram. That is called to GAM. That GAM 1 gram is equal to 1 GAM is equal to 1 mole. So how many moles are present? 1 mole. How many in this equation? How many moles are present? 1 mole. How many atoms? Avogadro number of atoms are present. So 1 GAM is equal to this much. So a lot of number of informations are given by with the help of this single equation. 1 mole equal to 1 g in the sense of molecular level. It is in the sense of atomic level. It is equal to Avogadro number. Avogadro number is equal to 1 mole. Clear, students? Is it clear? Are you getting my point? Yes or no? Tell me any doubt. Okay, no issue. It's a very simple. Keep this equation in your, it's very important. 1 mole is equal to 1 GM, that is equivalent to Avogadro number. So this is another question for you. I want to check it is clear to you or not. Okay. Suppose my question, 16 gram of oxygen containing, oxygen atom containing, 16 gram of oxygen atom containing how many atoms? Tell me. This is your question. Tell me. 16 gram of oxygen containing how many atoms? Tell me, students. Fast. Any idea? Any confusion? 16 gram of oxygen containing how many atoms? Yes or no? Doing or not? Tell me. What is the need of 16? Yeah. Geetanjali, you are right. Because very easy now. Santosh, what about your problem? Why you are adding? Why you multiplying 16? It's wrong. Why? 16 gram is called what? 16 gram is called what? It is the GAM of oxygen. So GAM of oxygen is equal to 16 gram. Hai na? So GAM containing, of course, Avogadro number, that is Na. 6.022. Geetanjali, you are right, right? So now you understood, you are getting or not. So keep this mind, students. Whatever this number, you want to find out which number is given. Suppose this is 32 gram of oxygen. So definitely you know you want to multiply it with 2. Then it is correct. But 16 gram, what do you mean by 16? 16 gram is 1 GM. So no doubt, it's containing Avogadro number, of course. Then how many moles? How many moles? This is another question. How many moles? How many moles present in it? Tell me. Santosh. Can you try? How many moles present in 16 gram of oxygen? This is yes, right. So 1 mole. Now I understood, you getting my point, right? 1 mole is very easy. That's why I told you now, you want to memorize that equation that given in your box. Okay, once again I will point out, it's very important. 1 GAM or equal to 1 GMM, which is equal to Na, which is also is equal to 1 mole. Keep this in mind. It's very important. 1 mole is equal to, keep this one. Okay. Santosh, now you are okay now? Okay. So mole concept is almost over, right? This much enough for you, right, students? Now next one, that is concentration. Look, students, actually, what do you mean by concentration? What do you mean by concentration? Any idea about concentration? I will help you. Look now. This is the beaker. Okay, this is the beaker. It's containing, of course, water. What I am doing, I am adding some amount of substance in it for dissolving that. Okay. Suppose first of all I am add 4 gram of sodium chloride. Suppose NaCl I am going to add 4 gram of sodium chloride I have added, and then it's going to dissolve. Sure, we get a pure solution. And then again I am add 16 gram is also dissolved almost completely. And then I am add 100 gram, limited amount of water only. No? Also limited water only. Not too much. This much only water. Okay. So 100 grams. Suppose 100 is also dissolved. Is dissolved. Then what about in the case of 1000 gram? Kilo, 1 kg. 1 kg substance. I'm going to add into the same solution with a limit, this much only one water is present in it. Is it possible to dissolve? Is it possible to dissolve? It is not too possible because the amount of substance is increases. So it is the amount of solvent is also limited. Nah? It's very difficult for dissolve. So in the concentration means number of solute means number of moles of solute present per liter of the solution. Okay, number of moles of solute present per liter of the solution. 1 liter of solution. 1 liter of solution is there. So how many solute molecules are present in it? That is called what? Concentration. Are you getting my point? I will explain once again. Concentration. Concentration. Okay. Look, students. Suppose the definition wise like this: number of moles of solute present per liter of solution. Okay, this is number of moles of solute present per liter of the solution. This is the method. So actually, suppose in a beaker, this is the solvent molecule is present in it. We are adding solute molecules are we are added over. So how the number of solute molecules, how many number of molecules, solute molecules are present in it? This is called as concentration. Okay, per liter. It is liter means it is a unity. In unit we will tell it is for calculation purpose. Very easy. Suppose you are familiar with. I think you are familiar with. You want to familiar with the thing that is during your experiment is happening in your lab. What happened? This is a standard flask. Okay, it is marked here. So if we add this much of water, it is 1 mole water. 1 mole water, 1 molality. Already told you now, this concentration can be expressed in the term. That is 1 molar means, what do you mean by 1 molar? That much amount of solute is present per liter. This is a 1 liter of solution. This is marking here is 1 liter bottle. Okay. So 1 liter bottle containing how many amount of solute? That amount of solute molecule expressed in that quantity, that is called molarity. So 1 molar is equal to 1 liter of solution. Okay, we will study it further. So concentration represented different methods. So anyway, you want to point out these equations. Okay. Okay. Mass percentage is there. Mass percentage. Okay. Mass percentage means mass of solute. Okay. Okay. Mass percentage. This is the another mass percentage is also there. Mass percentage and volume percentage is also there. Okay. These are also another quantity for expressing concentration. So mass percentage is equal to mass of solute divided by, you want to memorize this equation. Okay. Mass of solute divided by mass of solution. This solution containing both into 100. This is called a mass percentage. If we are finding out mass of solute now, if you know the mass of solute, mass percentage you want to find out. So mass of solute divided by mass of solution into 100. Then volume percentage is also there. Volume percentage. It means that volume of solute. Okay, volume of solute divided by volume of solution into 100. So this is also helpful for finding out the concentration, how many are dissolved in it, like that. Okay, mass percentage, volume percent, you want to keep it in mind. Okay. Okay, these are the thing. Then major one, they are in concentration, mass percentage and volume percentage is all. The major quantity, that is molarity. Okay. molarity. It is expressed by capital letter M. Molarity we can express by capital letter M. Okay, then, okay, what I told you, number of moles of solute, okay, number of moles of solute present per 1 liter of solution, 1 liter of solution. Okay, in 1 liter of solution, how many number of moles are present? That is called molarity. It's a concentration term, right? So we can express this another form. Number of moles of solute and number of moles, it is equal to n, small letter m. Moles are expressed in small letter n. Okay, then volume. Liter is expressed in the volume, na? So n by v. This is the formula. You want to memorize molarity? How you will find it out? Number of moles of solute that is given in your question, suppose, and then you want to present a molarity. This is the format. So number of moles divided by volume. How much volume? We will get the molarity m. Molarity m you will get, right? That much. This one to keep this mind, and then molarity is over. Then molality. It can express by small letter m, not capital letter M. Okay, molality. Okay, so this is called mass of solute. Solute mass, okay, divided by weight of solvent. This is changed. Weight of solvent in gram or kilogram, no issue. In kilogram means 1000 gram. Okay, in 1000 gram, how much? Mass of solute divided by weight of solvent in kilogram into 1000 also. You want to add 1000. So we will get this much. Okay. Weight of solvent in gram also you can choose, no issue. In gram or according to the question. They are given is gram, or so gram is better. In gram, okay. In gram, weight of solvent in gram, mass of solute divided by weight of solvent in gram, and it is multiplied with 1000. We will get the molality. Clear? Is the molality expression. So why I am mentioning each and every equations here? Because first of all, while you are studying this chapter thoroughly, right? So what you want to do? You want to, first of all, you want to thoroughly study these equations and the terms and conditions, everything thoroughly. And then you want to approach a question paper. Okay, first of all, you want to thorough your theory first, and then you can approach any kind of questions. No issue. Like this. So molarity is over. Then mole fraction. Mole fraction, hai na? Mole fraction is expressed by like this. Okay. So mole fraction expressed is okay. So it is called moles of number of moles of solute. Okay. Number of moles of solute divided by, for example, okay, number of moles of solute is equal to moles of solute plus moles of, this confusion is solution or solvent, is solvent, moles of solvent. Suppose I will give you example. Look now students, suppose in your exam, in your question, moles of solute you want to find out. So number of moles, mole fraction you will get. Okay, so moles of solute, they are given in your question. Then solvent is also given. So there is a fraction, na? Suppose moles of solute is 15. So 15 moles of solute plus solvent molecule, that is 15. This is 15 plus 25, suppose, mass of solvent. So we will get a fraction. Okay, 40. So this is fraction we will get this. So mole fraction we will get. So is a type of concentration finding out. Okay. So anyway, this much only related to concentration, how you can express the concentration with the help of mole fraction and thing. And then another one of the important one, that is EFM. EFM. Empirical formula must very important. Sure question. Sure question. Okay. EFM, you want to find out EFM or molecular formula. Molecular formula. Okay. Okay, these can be solved through a question. So it's become easy. So anyway, suppose, look now students, benzene. Do you know benzene in in organic chemistry? Benzene, this is the benzene, right? Suppose, actually, what is the meaning of benzene? This is equivalent to alternate double bond is there, right? So each are, this is carbon, 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 carbon. So this is bonded by hydrogen. I think you are familiar with that terms. Okay. This is benzene. Okay. So the formula, look now students, carbon is there. And then hydrogen is also there. Right. But how many hydrogen, how many carbon is not mentioning. So this formula is called empirical formula. Okay. So carbon, do you know, I think carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon is there. Okay. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hydrogen is also there. But here in the EFM, empirical formula mass, this only providing a skeletal form. Okay. But in the molecular formula, look students, in molecular formula, they are given C6H6. This is called molecular formula. This is called a CH, means only skeletal formula. If we want to count again how many carbon, how many hydrogen, then you will get a molecular formula. Understood? Clear? Students, tell me, message me, is it clear or not? EFM means only what are the elements present in carbon type and hydrogen type. But molecular formula means you want to count down how many molecules. 6 molecules of carbon means 6 atom, not molecule, 6 atom of carbon and 6 hydrogen are present. So this is called a molecular formula and this is called a empirical formula. Okay. Then tell me, what do you mean by EFM? The mass of this. EF is the empirical formula. The mass of this means how many carbon? Look students, only one carbon, na? So 1 into 12 plus how many hydrogen? 1 into 1. So it is equal to 12 plus 1 is equal to 13 is the EFM. Means empirical formula mass. Empirical formula is expressed in the mass is called EFM. That is, you will get the EFM. Okay, this is the formula. Means mass is like this. Okay. Then molecular formula, this is the molecular formula. No need to find out molecular formula mass, but you want to familiar the atomic mass. Then only you want to apply it here. Okay. So keep this mind. Clear? Others? What about others? Geetanjali, clear this idea? EFM and the molecular formula? Is it clear? Or can I? Okay. Okay, students, and finally, I'm giving you some problems. Okay. Then we can finalize our today's portion. Okay, problem solving. So I'm giving you some problems. First problem. You want to find out formula mass of CaCl2. Formula mass of CaCl2. Find it out. From the help point of view, this given calcium is equal to 40 is the mass, chlorine is equal to 35.5. Then find out this formula. This is calcium chloride is the formula. You want to find out the formula mass. Fast. Do it fast. Then tell me your answer. Text me. Formula mass unit is unified mass formula. Unit is U. Unified. Keep this mind. Okay, then tell me, first, tell me formula mass. Very good. Why? It's very good, right? Who is Santosh? Santosh, right? Santosh, I will help you once again. Calcium. Calcium is equal to 40. 40 into 1 plus chlorine. 2 is there. 2 into 35. So total 40 plus 70 is equal to 110. This is the unified mass. Clear, students? Okay. I think everybody is done. Okay. If you have any confusion, practice more. Everything become easy, right? But more practice. The next one, next question. Next question. Write empirical formula. EF you want to find out. Write. Okay, this is your question. I am giving you N2O4. This is the thing, but in this compound now, you want to find out the EF of this compound, right? Fast. Do it fast, students, and then text me. And then C6H12O6 also there. You want to find out this one. And then H2O2 is there. You want to find out what about this. And then tell me, message me. Fast. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention. Look now, students. Suppose I am giving you example. Look here. N2O4 is there. Okay. So N2O4 it's NO2. This is the empirical formula of N2O4. How it happened? If we are adding a simplest whole number ratio, this is 2 now. If we are strike here, sorry, is by 1, then here also strike we will. So simplest whole number ratio is equivalent to EF, empirical formula. Keep this mind, simplest whole number ratio, that is called EF. Okay, student, then tell me, what about this one? First. Tell me. Text me. Very good. How? See, we will strike it with 6. So 1, then 2, again 1. So C1, H2, O1. Correct, Santosh. You are right. Gitanjali also. Sorry, Gitanjali, na? CH2O. Right. You are right. Then do it now. First. Easy, na? Empirical formula. H2O. First. H2O2. First. Tell me, students. Hello? What about this one? H2O2? H2O, right. H2O only. Simplest one. Strike, 1, 1. H2O. Simple. Okay. Another question. Calculate the percentage composition of water. Okay, keep this mind. Percentage composition of water. So you know that water containing H2, H2 is a number. So for each and each hydrogen, oxygen wise, how many of them are present? You want to note down. Percentage of hydrogen, how much? Okay, I will help you find out percentage of hydrogen, percentage composition of hydrogen. So total mass, total is 18. Okay, total is 18. So our total is 18. So how many oxygen is present? Hydrogen is present. 2. 2 into, suppose 1 is the form. So 2 by 18 into 100. This is the percentage of hydrogen. Okay, you can find out the exact value. Now you want to find out percentage of oxygen. First, percentage of oxygen. Tell me the exact values also. First. This is around 11 point something. 11 point something. So what about oxygen percentage composition of water? Tell me. Exactly. 80. Yeah, right, Santosh. 88 point. Very good. So now you are familiar now. Oxygen. I'm repeating. Oxygen only 116 out of 18 into 100, which is equal to 88 point something. Because total look na students, 11 is there. 11 plus 8. Return almost after this result you want to get 100%. So if look na students, while you are during your exam time or somewhere solving time, you are stuck with this result, but you get this result. What do you want to do? You just minus 100 upon 88.8, you will get the result, of course. Okay. So 11 point something, it will get. Okay, students. Final question. Final question means it is very important. Empirical formula finding out. How to find out empirical formula? Molecular formula like this. Okay. But I am giving you a data accordingly. But one thing, students, suppose first of all I am giving you a method how to find out molecular formula. I am giving you a backbone, means skeletal formula. I will giving you a clue. Screen is not visible. Okay, now okay students, tell me, is it okay? Hello? Hello, students, tell me, is it okay? Now it's, yeah, okay. Okay, molecular formula. Okay, students, molecular formula. First of all, you want to find out, keep this one in your mind, okay? Molecular formula. First of all, they will give a data, okay? And then you want to find out molecular formula. This is our big question, okay? First of all, you want to find out empirical formula, okay? First of all, you want to find out the empirical formula, okay? Empirical formula, you are familiar and I already told you. CH, this much